Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Project S3. So today is the day that you've been waiting for. It's when we go for that first test drive in the car. And it's been a long time in waiting. It's been about 4 months in fact since we've taken this car on the road. But first, a little bit of an update on the headlights. As you know, I have a problem with the high beam function on my car. All the other lights are working except for the high beam and the beam that goes around the corner, but I'm not worried about that because that's not an MOT failure. However, a high beam is. So just give you a little bit of an update as to where we are with that. Okay, so a bit of an update on the headlights. I bought the correct part number according to part link 24, and you can see me packing it with the ballast now for the vehicle. I put this on the car and I use VCDS to do a basic settings reset, and even with that the problem was still there. You'll see it in an episode coming up when I do all sorts of things with the existing old headlight and the new, and it still hasn't resolved the issue. So this problem is still ongoing, but I do have another thing that I'm going to try, and we'll see that in a later episode. Okay, so here she is, all ready to go. We haven't done much on the car since we last had it. Obviously we've done some stuff with the headlights as you've seen earlier on. But the car's in really good shape. We've actually improved the front of the car, the way it sits, because it was just slightly out, and fortunately I had access to Elsa. Elsa is the online manual that Audi use to repair cars, and it gives you precise directions. And what I was able to do was to measure the various ends to make sure that all the diagonals are correct, and it was slightly out, so we've made the adjustment, and as you can see, the bonnet is sitting better. Still not quite right. You can see the wing there is poking out a little bit, but we're not so concerned about that. The main thing is that the car is secure and safe and ready to drive. So let's not waste any further time. Let's get this car at the garage and give it its first drive. Okay, so this has been a long time in the making, 4 months to be precise. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the car around the block. We're going to listen out for any noises, any bangs that shouldn't be there, and we're going to check the temperature of the vehicle as well. So at the moment, no fan has come in. We want to make sure the fan cuts in as well, and then when that's happened, then we know we're in a good place. So here we go. So far, so good. Banging noise. We'll have to investigate that, but other than that, the car changed gear perfectly, which is great, and now it's changed down. I'm just going to adjust the steering wheel slightly. Feels really good actually. It feels really good. Yeah, you can hear something tapping there. But other than that, drives really well. And that's one of the things about these cars, the S3s. Can you hear that? They do drive very well. So what we'll do, we'll go around the block and then we'll come back and we'll make an assessment. We've got the window open so we can hear anything as well. The indicator's working fine. And I'll tell you what, this car has got a very short turning circle. That's one of the things that was really good about this car. You can tell when you turn the wheel, boy do you get a good turn. A bit like the Fiesta. The Fiesta was like that. But yeah, something's definitely loose. It's not loose, it's just tapping a little bit. So I'll have to investigate that further. Can you hear it? So I think it's either going to be one of the not the strut. I think it's going to be the tie bar that's probably loose, so we'll get the front wheels up and then we'll get the wheels out and we'll take a look. But the engine's pulling really strong and there's no vibration from the engine itself. Radio works. So we're just going downhill. Oh, I'm feeling heat, and that's because I can see the heat is turning up really high. Definitely hear that there, can't you? And the brakes are really rusty on this as well because the car's not driven for the last 4 months, so they oxidise. So other than that noise, the car feels really solid. It really drives well. I am so impressed. I'm going to go around the block a little bit more. There's another hill here, give it a good old test. Definitely hear that. Good thing though, there's no noise from the wheels, so I'm not hearing any scraping or anything like that, which is good. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just park it here and we'll lift up the bonnet and we'll just see if there's any smoke or anything untoward. But other than that, that was a really successful first test drive. I'm really impressed with that. We've got a little bit of a banging to sort out, but that's not much of an issue. So let's take a look under the bonnet and let's see if we've got anything untoward that we need to also further investigate. Okay, let's take a look. Absolutely fine. Everything is running okay. We got no smoke. I can smell a little bit of oil, but that's residue oil that I know about, that's still sitting on the exhaust, that's burning off, so that's absolutely fine. But other than that, I think she's good to go. We can now put the air filter back on, because that's not on at the moment, and then get this car sort of more ready for a bit of a more of a long-term drive. But I'm very pleased with that. It's done very well. Okay, so after that first drive, minimal issues really, just something loose down here. One other thing I have noticed, when I was coming in here, I did a full lock. The wheel just slightly rubbed, and the reason why I think that is because the tire on here, this is a 255 35 19. Now the maximum size that you would normally fit on this car is a 225 35 19, so that means the tire will be slightly it'll be narrow. So I think I'm going to change the tyres to that. And there's another reason why I'm going to do that, is because if you look at the line here, you can see that the tyre is right at the edge, which is the look that I wanted, but it's going to be a borderline as to whether or not it passes the MOT. So by bringing in a 225, it's going to make the tyre lean in a little bit more, and it should help the help that cause, because down here it's definitely a little bit wider. So these tires, they need to be replaced anyway. They're okay, they got some meat on them, but not a lot. So I will change them out for some slightly better front tires. And especially these tires were on the A4, they were absolutely rubbish in the wet. So what I might do is fit a decent set of front tires. The back, I'll probably leave them as they are. It's negligible whether I will change them. It may affect the handling, I don't know. But I know, like in the BMWs, the 3 Series, the CSIs, they have larger back tires and smaller fronts. So we'll try it here and see if that helps. But other than that, first drive seems to be really well. Let's take that wheel off and see what we can find and see what the issue is there. Okay, I think we found our problem. So just as I suspected, it's the tie rod here that is loose. That needs to be a lot tighter than that. So what we'll do is we'll tighten this up, and then that should be it. That should fix the issue. We'll go for another test drive. Okay, so this is test drive number 2, and on this test drive we're checking to see if we resolved that banging noise that we had. So let's do that now. Gently get out of the garage. I would go around the block. Okay, so already it sounds better. We haven't got that creaking noise. Brilliant. So that's exactly what it was. Seems to be it was just a tie rod. We'll just confirm that though. We'll take the car around the block and see how she goes. Yeah. Much quieter. Just heard it back slightly rubbing there, but only slightly, and that was a big speed bump that we went over. Corner. Yeah, goes through the gears really well. No problems there at all. And really nice firm drive as well. Really holds the road well. I mean, we haven't really taken it for a drive, all we've got to go on the block, but it just feels really firm and really stiff on the road, which is what you want in a car like this. But this drive is just, it just feels so much better. Yeah. So that was me going over a speed ramp there, and it just felt fine, absolutely fine. Here's another one. Perfect. Good. So we've got it solved. Problem's fixed. So as first drives go, this has been very successful. I'm very happy with this.
Next morning.
Okay, day 2 testing. We are taking this car on the dual carriageway. So yeah, let's go and do that. Okay, so we are just coming up to the dual carriageway now. What we're going to do, we're going to do a quick sprint up the hill and see how the car runs. So the dual carriageway is over there. We've got to go under the underpass and then we'll get there. But for day 2 testing, car's doing really good. Again, no issues. Driving as you would expect a decent German car to drive. Okay, here we go. So nothing warning. We'll give it a bit of a sprint. Woo. Car's telling me that the speed limit has been exceeded of 30 miles an hour. Tell you what though, it goes well. Hardly touching the accelerator and you can really, it's going. Again, no noises, no nothing, just nice and smooth as we would expect. Actually, I might just go down the hill again and try that again. Woo! Yeah, that. Drives very well. I'll tell you what, the brakes on this are great as well. It's got some real powerful brakes on there. So we do have to, this car currently has no air filter on here, so I do need to sort that out. I have got the original OEM air filter, and I'm thinking that I might just put that on. Well, I'm going to put it on for now, but I do want to get an aftermarket one. I think this car's crying out for one, and with the modifications that we got coming up for the car in the not too distant future, I think that putting a decent air filter on there will be great. But man, the pickup on it is great. It definitely feels like 310 brake horsepower. But yeah, so high speed test, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so that is it for this week. I am so happy that the car runs so well. You cannot believe what a sense of achievement that is, to be able to take the car out and to be able to drive a vehicle that you have basically done major heart surgery by replacing the engine and getting everything back up and running and getting that car on the road. It really is a great feeling, as you can imagine. There's still lots to do in that car, but pretty much that car, the next big thing that we're going to do on it is get it painted. I've got some bits and pieces that still need to come. So the pedestrian crash sensor, that's a little rubber pipe, that's arrived, but we need the plastic bumper cover that goes in and that holds that in place. That should be here sometime this week. I'm hoping. It's been over a month and It's now been shipped. It's all these little things that have prevented us from being able to get this car properly on the road. So bear with us, we're still going on with that. Don't forget, on Thursday we've got our videos, and we've had a few come in already, so thank you for those who have sent them. I've got to reply to you, so if you haven't heard from me, don't think that I've not received your video. It's just been a very busy time with the cars. Our 4 categories, for those of you who still want to send it, and we've got plenty of opportunity, so please feel free to send it. The details are below, but the 4 categories are: number 1, my salvage rebuild. That's any vehicle that you have that you rebuilt. Send us a video, and don't forget to do it in landscape, not portrait mode, because otherwise we lose 2/3 of the picture. Section 2 was Vorsprung, Durch, Technik. Any Audi that you have, and we've got one that's coming up on Thursday that we're looking forward to showing you. Number 3, Italian stallions. That's any Italian rides, baths or alphas or anything that you're really proud of. I used to have an alpha, so that was my first car. And the 4th one is Dagenham Specials. So that's any Ford that you want to show on video. So give us a little bit of info about you, your name. Don't forget your name, because we want to give you a shout out. And if you've got a YouTube channel, don't forget to put that in the information as well. So we'll have that on Thursday. Thursday will be our first blast, and you can send your videos to WeTransfer. Okay, I think that covers it all. So have a good week, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe down here and like and share our video as well. And we also put in stuff on Facebook as well as Instagram. So those are the medias that we use, and we look forward to hearing your correspondence. Feel free to comment, guys, and we will I try to get back to as many as I possibly can. So it's always good to hear what your thoughts are on the video, and any suggestions you think that we can do for the near future. I think I've talked enough, so have a good week, guys, and we will see you on the midweek edition.